Ben, 42-point win over Centrals. Must be thrilled with that performance against a top 4 side.
Yeah, it was a super performance, Josh. Our first half in particular was outstanding once again. Boys came in with a super attitude, considering the conditions of not only the weather but the ground, to be able to adapt and just alter our game style a little bit. Didn't go away from what we've been really good at, but there was some obvious needs of change to adapt to the conditions, and I thought the players were outstanding in doing that.
Yeah, you must have been, very happy that they were able to adapt, but to have a 35-7 inside 50 count, I think it was 23-1 at one stage, 8 goals to 2 plus 53 disposals, was as comprehensive as it gets in the first half.
Yeah, it was, and we had some key indicators that we wanted to meet, and we were able to do that throughout the first half. We knew the areas of strength from Central Districts over the past 3 to 4 weeks. They've been the number one score from stoppage team, and that was an area the game that we needed to make sure that we're on top of, an area that we've been pretty good at over the recent weeks, but we need to nullify one of their strengths, and the other one was intercept marks. We're able to bring the ball to ground, and our ground level work was outstanding.
Yeah, and they went really physical early. I mean, the boggy deck probably had a bit to do with that, but you must have been happy with how the side adapted to them going hard at a few of our boys, and the boggy deck and that type of thing.
Yeah, look, we've always maintained that we're a contest and defence team, and our offence will come off the back of that, and we needed to have the same mindset. We knew that they were going to come hard at us, as they have done at a lot of teams. They're up in the top part of the competition on the ladder for a particular reason, and we knew that we were going to get a contest, and we need to bring that effort and intent early, and we did that.
Yeah, for sure. A couple of pretty clear matchups. I think Lingy had someone running with him for most of the day, and Callow was getting belted every time he went near the ball. How did those two sort of cope with the extra attention?
Yeah, and I suppose that extra attention from the opposition comes with repeated good performances, and it's not just those two. We've had a number of players be really consistent over the last probably 3 quarters of the year, really. Ling in particular, coming back from injury, has been outstanding. Just basically took off from where he was before he missed a few weeks there. And he gets attention every week, and so does Jackson Callow, along with Finn Hurd and Isaac Twelftree as well as being key forwards. They're going to cop attention all the time. The pleasing part is that we're able to stick to what we wanted to do and not let any of that, I suppose, affect the way we wanted to play. And there was other guys who picked up slack when they mightn't have been at their absolute best, but pure work rate got them through as well. And I think it might have been even halfway through the second quarter, back into the second quarter, where that job on Ling might have stopped from Centrals and they tried a different tact. And we were able to probably put the game to bed at half-time. To Central's credit, they came out really strong in the third quarter, but we finished off the game really well again.
Yeah, I was going to say, how'd you see the second half? Obviously, they were going to respond. They were smacked in the first half, but ended up, I think it was 4 goals all after half-time, and I guess we've struggled to see when we've been in winning positions at half-time.
Yeah, I suppose the good part about what we're looking at the moment is our really strong first half performances, and giving us a real good opportunity to put the game in a spot where we want it to be. To be able to keep Centrals to 1 goal in the first quarter, the second quarter and the last quarter. Yes, they kicked 3 in the third, but I thought we defensively were really strong across the whole day, and our contest work and ability to keep turning up at contests was able to provide us with good ground level support and able to move the ball forward and score.
Yeah, you must have been happy with how you kept Harry Grant. He didn't dominate the game by any stretch. Must have been happy with that performance.
Yeah, absolutely, and it was all the midfielders. It probably wasn't a day where the midfielders could get their 30 to 35 touches. I think a lot of the mids across the whole ground, probably at around that 20 to 23 mark. It was just the nature of the game, but it was good to be able to keep tabs on a few of their key players. Probably felt that Montgomery took a few intercept marks during that sort of back into the first, second quarter, and we're able to put a squash to that in the second half, just with a few tweaks of our game style and what we wanted to do.
Yeah. And we talk about this fella every week, but Harry Boyd's game against two opposition ruckmen, 30 disposals, 48 hit out, 17 clearances. It's a game for the ages.
Absolutely, and it's a week to week thing with Boydie. He keeps doing it so consistently. He's just such a competitor, and you absolutely know what you're going to get from Boydie. He prepares so well, physically, mentally. He understands and knows what the opposition are going to bring to him. But he's just a workhorse. His work rate is unbelievable for somebody of his size. But it's not just the work in the air that he does at stoppages. He gets after the ball. He helps our mids clear space as well. But his game on the weekend was unbelievable. 30 touches and 30 contested. Just shows what a competitor he is.
Yeah, that hit out to Alec Wright ended up in a goal. It just, he also seems to not mind if they're tugging on his Guernsey. He just gets on with the job.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's probably been a bit more evident over the last few weeks. The opposition are putting a bit more time into Boydie and trying to drag him down, and he just keeps standing up. He's so strong in the body, and takes a fair bit to move him, and he gives our mids a really good look.
Yeah, for sure. Top three is now in sight. They need one more win to pretty much clinch it. How important is that come finals?
Yeah, look, that double chance is always important, but we've got a huge game this week. We're not looking forward any further than what we have this week. Glenelg, their performance on the weekend against Sturt, watched the second half of that live at the ground, and they had their opportunities with that, and they'll be looking to bounce back in their home deck, and we need to be at our absolute best. The last time we played them, round 2, means absolutely nothing moving into this week. Both sides are considerably different, and we've got to be at our absolute best because, realistically, they're still one of, if not the benchmark team in the competition. Yeah,
absolutely. They've struggled over the last month. I think they've won one of their last 4, but that doesn't seem to matter when we play against them. It's always close, always tight, particularly when they're top 3 all season on the line.
Yeah, absolutely, and they're wanting to maintain that top 3 position as well. So the competition is just so close, as we've seen over the last number of weeks. On any given day, any team can win. We have a look at the West Adelaide Eagles game on the weekend. You can't take any game for granted, and this week that's just huge for both clubs.
Yeah, thanks, Ben.
Thanks, Josh.